Good news is I wasn't recording any of that.
We did. I put this on too. Now you can say we did this already.
Oh yeah, we did this off camera too, literally 2 seconds ago.
Oh yeah, we put these on and stuff. I know you did the decals last time.
Yeah, we got that filmed. I think the radiators and the bark busters didn't get filmed.
And this.
That semi got filmed.
We were trying to figure it out, but we had to run into an issue.
Yeah, but it's on there. It looks way better than that 4 foot long one. Yeah, the tail light hard mount. We got a 3-wire plug for the tail light because it's tail light and brake light. The stock light hookup is 2-wire for just running light. But we got graphics. We've got shrouds or radiator guards, some plastics, a bunch of graphics. Since this bike didn't come with brake lights from the factory, we've got some switched banjo bolts so that we can run brake lights. Got some engine ice. Got our flywheel puller here. So hopefully we can get this flywheel off. I want to make the bike run and Tyler wants to make it look pretty, so he's playing with graphics. But yeah, so we're just gonna dive in and see where we end up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we had to modify our flywheel puller a little bit. The furthest out holes were still not far out enough. So I just took the grinder and opened them up, so now they're slots. But it worked. Flywheel's off, stator's out. Tyler's pulling the bolts out of the case now.
Yeah, hold it out.
Yep. And this one. That one. And the one above it. I don't think this one, but I would pull it just in case. Just better safe than sorry.
Let's get those real quick.
Okay. Let's let me grab this and put here. That's the nut that holds the flywheel on. Here, I got the motor.
It's not a fun job. It seems fun. It just looks different. I'd say that was one.
Yep. And then you got one here.
We have these, and that's got a ridge in it, doesn't it?
Yeah, it goes. I don't know that that's holding it, but since it's got that little bit of a ridge, it kind of goes over to the other case.
You
need an 8. I don't have an 8. I bet I did at one point.
We had a 10 in my pocket.
Here. Still not coming out. You want to go get the drill thing?
That was not all the way through.
That was definitely not all the way through.
So we're gonna put that one back in.
Yep. All
Go
right.
ahead and tighten it up too, so we ain't gotta forget about it. Which means that one's not going through
Oh,
either.
you see that one in the middle right there? Right above that oil port?
I do. This sprocket doesn't look too bad either.
Yeah, it's got some life on it left.
It's rounded a little bit, but not bad.
Does that Woodruff keel come out? Nope. I'm glad we cleaned this motor before we decided to work on it.
No kidding.
This thing was nasty. looks like, oh, we got one under the chain right there.
Oh, sneaky.
I think you already loosened it.
I did.
We got the ones inside the case, inside the housing. Let's go check the other side over here. I think, pretty sure these just hold on the oil pump. These just hold on these little brackets. We should be good to split it. So let's grab the rubber mallet. Yeah, the rubber sledgehammer, and see if we can get it split.
I have that stupid pin in it.
Well, I mean, just pull it out. It's just a Woodruff key.
Anyway,
So Tyler's mad because his $400 crank didn't come with a Woodruff key, which is right here. So this is the old one. It's bad.
This is a new one.
You can hear it. See how quiet? No bueno. So when we split this case, once all the bolts are out, it just comes right apart pretty easily. So we're gonna go ahead and clean these surfaces up and get ready for our gasket kit. When you split it, the stator side, tilt it down like this, and that'll keep all of your transmission gears in place. That way you don't take a chance of dropping a pin or a little dowel or whatever. And then on this side, you really don't have anything to worry about as far as stuff coming off.
Those are pretty much all pressed.
Yeah, so yeah, you do have a little screen right here. It's like the oil filter, oil pump screen. It looks pretty clean, so I'm not even gonna worry about pulling that off and cleaning it. There is some sludge down in here, so I think before this all goes back together, we'll put a bucket under here and spray it out with some brake cleaner or some carb cleaner or something, whatever we got, starting fluid, I don't care. We'll spray it out with something, get the sludge out of it. The rest of our bearings seem pretty good. These are nice and smooth, there's no play in them. These are our main crank bearings. So yeah, awesome. So we're gonna probably not worry about that Woodruff key just yet. We're gonna clean these, get that crank ready to go in, reassemble. There, dude. All right, so we're going back together now. Got the new crank in, got the goop on it to seal the case, because apparently this case does not have a center case gasket. Our gasket kit did not come with it. It came with that big gasket, which is for right there. So we use some Dynatex, Dynagray. It works good. And this case isn't under pressure on the bottom end, so it should be fine. And plus, who cares if it leaks? It's Tyler's bike.
Leaks don't matter when you have stimulus money.
That is true.
I think that's all of them, so I can go ahead and give them a little quick half turn.
All right, so yeah, so we'll go around and just check all these. You didn't get this one, fella. So we'll get all these done. We're gonna go ahead and reassemble the stator and get that totally done, because I just think that's a good idea. Get it out of the floor. Oh, we'll have to put our balance shaft back in before we put the stator. Don't let me forget that. Okay. All right, cool. So yeah, so we're gonna just double check all the bolts for the case, make sure they're all torqued down pretty good. There is a torque spec for these, but you know, they got enough Dynagray on it that I don't think it's gonna matter. So as long as we snug them up pretty good, we'll worry about torque specs on the head, the cylinder and stuff like that. But for now, we're just gonna make sure all these are run in and snugged up and work on getting that stator in.
You're good.
All right, so yeah, now we got the case back together. We got the stator put back on and covered up. We've got the counter shaft put in, got these torqued down, this torqued down, got all these little sprockets that drive the oil pump and the kickstart, the shifter, all this assembly back in. We're fixing to put this clutch assembly back in. I'm gonna throw some oil on that since you just washed it off in that mineral spirit stuff. Also, what I was telling Tyler here, I don't know if you can see them on camera, but these little grooves, see how it's like little dimples? All these little grooves is where your clutch plates are riding. If you ever have a bike and it lurches forward when you're like pulling the clutch in or you know, trying to find neutral and it's like you just can't, it's because of those dimples. So the only real way that you can fix it, and you can take and sand these down, like take a file and flatten them, and it'll let the clutch plate slide smooth again. The best solution is a billet clutch basket, but they're expensive. That's what I'm running in the 250 over there, the billet basket. And I've had it in there for over 100 hours, and I've got 0 scoring on my basket sides. Okay, so now that's in. I think we can go ahead and put this cover on. Just need to make sure we got all our gaskets in place, all our O-rings and seals. There's all our bolts. I'm probably gonna wipe this out a little bit, I guess. I don't think we need to, actually no. See all that gunk in there? Look at that, ugh. So yeah, we're gonna put this in the parts washer and get all those little metal shards out. Also, it's binding up right there, so it's probably got some of that metal gunk behind it. So yeah, so we're gonna wash this, get it put on, and then reassemble the clutch, and then the bottom end is done. And the next time you see it, it's probably gonna be in the engine, or in the bike. All right, so here's the motor, bottom end's complete. We got the clutch cover, the water pump, the oil filter, the whole housing, everything's put together. We have installed the shift shaft and ran through the gears. You know, Tyler sat over here and kind of spun this stuff around as we shifted, and the gears all shifted fine. They should shift a lot better with some oil in it, but so far, bottom end is done. So Tyler's fixing to have to run, so we probably got, I want to say maybe about 20 minutes more prep on this frame before we can put the motor in. I want to check all these little O-rings and stuff on these oil lines, and I'd like to maybe go ahead and get this little skid plate and get this tape peeled off and a few other little odds and ends. Probably have to pull this brake back off so that we can get the bolt out, but next time we'll have the bottom end in, and depending on how much time you got, Tyler, we might have the whole thing back done together and finished. Well, we still gotta clean the carburetor. So,
Forks.
and the forks, but we can get the carb cleaned and we can crank it up. So we still got a few parts. We emptied a bunch of boxes. We dwindled down the stuff that we did have over here. So yeah, thanks for watching. Check us out next time.